Coming to you live from the center of Hollywood, California. What were you thinking? With Aaron and Scott. Real talk behind closed doors. It's not just about stupidity, but everything else that comes with it. High octane, energy driven, in your face. Get ready. It's Aaron and Scott.
Welcome to another unpredictable night of What Were You Thinking?
I'm going to adjust my mic
Scott, you're not wearing your hat tonight.
No hat tonight.
Why is that?
Because it's raining.
Because it's raining? You know why it's raining?
It's raining. It's not even raining. It's pissing out there. It's just like, it's not even serious. It's like a mist, just enough to fuck up your car.
Exactly, which is why I had my car washed.
I actually washed. Jesus Christ. This is just, oh, look what happened.
You always have a problem with...
This fucking mic needs Viagra. Look at this.
Every time. And why is it you only have problems with that?
All right. Well, you know, I think that's good. Anyway, hello, everyone. How are we all?
Your mic has feelings.
Feelings.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
So
it's trying to rain.
It's spritzing.
You know what? We don't need just a little rain.
No.
We need like 2 solid years.
We need a flash flood.
No, we need like seriously a flash flood just wash off and go into the ocean.
Okay, now I was raised in Seattle. So what we need that? We need Seattle weather here?
For about 2 years,
For about 2 years?
We're screwed. Otherwise, we're going to go beyond Northern California. We get our water from Northern California.
That would be good. Suicide rates go up. Population in LA goes down.
That's true.
Less traffic.
Why is it that when it rains, seriously, people, they start killing themselves?
They do.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, they never talk about it in the news. Yeah, it'd be depressing. And we lost another 600 today. Jumped off the Evergreen Point Bridge.
That's so too bad.
On with the weather. What's the weather look like, John? It's going to be another rainy week.
Razor blades are off the shelves.
They never.
Liquor's gone.
The only time they talked about suicide in Seattle was when they actually put a crisis hotline phone on the bridge. And that was the only time they talked about it. They said, just, so you know, we don't talk about these stories.
It's funny. They have those. I think they have those on the Golden Gate, too.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. If you talked about someone's death, people are like, well, if I'm going to go, at least they're going to talk about me.
You know what we should do? We should tie in a line to this line, to their emergency phone line.
To their crisis hotline.
And, we'll be talking, doing our regular show, and all of a sudden we hear click, click.
And maybe
emergency hotline.
Maybe we could talk to this guy or gal and talk
whoever
to them.
it is. And say, you really don't want to do this.
Well, let's interview them first. Because if we feel like they need to jump, we'll just tell them.
What happened? What brought you to this point? Maybe it's just as simple as they don't have the toll to get off the bridge.
That's true.
I don't like this.
And maybe it's so bad that we just say, jump. Yeah.
You know what? This was terrible. This is really shitty. You know what? You are a smart person to be up there. In fact, if you wait, I'll go with you. We can hold hands and we can go together. You, me, and Aaron.
That's right.
It's really tragic.
Belly flops.
Yeah, belly flops.
Belly flops.
With our luck, we'd land on the top of a fucking cruise ship. They're going out. Everyone's going out to sea with a thump, thump.
Oh,
what's
I
that?
love it.
Oh, so anyway. A call.
This could be interesting.
What are the first 3 numbers? 480. Sure, take a call. Let's see what's up. Who's calling? Hello?
Is it somebody?
This is Justin.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
This is Aaron?
This is Scott. Aaron's next to me.
This is Aaron.
Oh, yes. This is Justin calling in. He knows me. Kind of.
Okay. What's up, buddy?
I have something that relates to that subject you just talked about, and it perfectly matches it. So I don't know if you want to hear it for the radio or not.
Sure. Go ahead.
Sure, why not?
Let's hear it.
All right. Well, there's this. I'm not saying where I work because I don't want this. I live in Arizona, so it's not going to be no big deal anyway. My name is Justin. Anyway, a lot of people say I don't know how to relax, so I should relax while I talk. Anyway, there's this person that I like at work right now, and I keep telling myself I need to be fit, I need to be built, and everything else. But I just don't know if that's the key of what you're talking about. Like,
are you talking about when we were talking about suicide, jumping off the bridge?
No, I'm not going to jump off the bridge. That's what
Well, what part are you referring to?
He's in Arizona. There's no water there. No.
Well, they can jump in a freeway.
That's true.
We're talking about suicide.
That's true.
Are you referring to when we were talking about suicide, or which part are you referring to that relates to you for this phone call?
Actually, I canceled that. I'm sorry then if I called in.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for
I'm sorry
calling.
for that.
Bye-bye.
I
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you know this person?
No, I
He said, hi, I mean, this is in reference, we know each other. Didn't he say that? Hello? The fuck? That's a hang-up? Sound like an old picture, like a click-click. Oh, that's a nice one of the family.
No, I thought it was a handgun that somebody had just
Actually,
cocked
it did. It sounded
That
like that,
sounded what it
too.
sounded.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let the caller through. He's really upset over there. Anyway, Justin, if you figure out what it was that you wanted to call, about, call us back. And I'm hoping you're not depressed. And suddenly he's looking for a bridge. Anyway.
On to amazing news. I'm at the grocery store.
Oh, what part?
Well, I'm walking out, right?
Oh, you were right about the bags, by the way.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
charging
10
They're
cents.
charging for every bag.
Every bag.
I went over to Whole Foods over in Glendale, and he says, would you like a bag for 10 cents? They always smile like you're an idiot. And They're a
Right.
bigger idiot, and everybody's happy to be spending
Yeah.
from bags that are already paid for. So I said, no, I don't want a bag for 10 cents. I said, but I'll take that one. Now, up until this point, those smaller bags were free.
Correct.
He says, those are 10 cents too.
Yeah.
I said, let me get this straight. The big, huge one, that's 10 cents. The little tiny one, that's 10 cents.
Yeah, the little sandwich bag, that's 10 cents.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I said, why
It
are you
doesn't.
guys charging for this? I said, it's already incorporated. I went through the
Absolute-
same thing I went through last week.
I know.
So what happened now? You're going to really upset
Well,
me.
no, this is good.
Oh, cool.
You remember those Duralog flames? You know those logs you throw in your fire?
Duraflame.
Duraflame.
Yeah.
They now have one with...
Blows up?
No, it's now coffee scented.
Well, okay.
You can now have a Duralog with the smell of coffee.
They do
It's going to
same
be
one?
It's going to be a new...
What the hell? All right. Hold on, Aaron. We have another call.
We have a... What's
Yeah.
this number? It's the same guy. He's probably calling from his cell phone.
Okay, just let him through. That's totally cool. We love callers.
Oh, we do.
It should be fun. Hi. Yeah, are you there?
Talking to me?
Yes, we are.
How are you, buddy?
I didn't hear anybody answer the phone. Hey, listen, I'm tuned in here. I thought you were going to have Kelli Maroney on your show. Is this correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, she's coming on the show tonight.
And when will that be?
Probably in about a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
15, 20
Thanks
minutes.
a lot.
You
Okay,
can call
man.
back.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So, coffee.
Wait,
And
we're
a-
going to hear another and a bomb?
Coffee and a Duraflame and a log. Cool, right?
You don't even need coffee.
No,
you got the
don't.
log.
You light it, you wake up, and you just inhale. You don't even need to drink it.
In the point of having a log, don't you like the smell of the logs? The fire burning?
Yeah.
All those blue and green chemicals
Right.
coming out of the
Absolutely.
Duraflame. Remember that?
Yeah, you got GMO popping out of that.
It's like a gay log. It's like a rainbow right in your little fireplace. And I'm not being mean when I say a gay log, but I'm referring to the rainbow. You know, it's the color of it's a gay log.
Oh, I love it.
It's all good.
And this is good too. So the Marble Man, right? Dies. The Marble Man.
There was a lot of them.
Well, this was the main guy, Eric Lawson. Died of lung cancer
When?
just recently, and 72 died.
There were a lot of Marlboro men.
Yeah, but this was this is the one that they were showcasing the most and talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should have gone Winston.
But they said that the lung cancer was associated with smoking.
Imagine that.
I know.
Imagine that. Couldn't be the fact that we live in a world where there's exhaust fumes everywhere and all these other things.
Yes. And Justin Bieber, right?
He died too? Finally?
I think so. John did. Yeah. I think he. No, he's still alive. Very well. But
He's pissing everybody off. What do you do now?
well, it's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to get him back to living in Canada and having him deported back and having basically us
Go home.
go home.
Does he have citizenship here?
Well, no, he doesn't, but he has this green card.
No, that doesn't count after a certain amount of time.
Well, celebrities have this, I don't know what it but
yeah, it's called if you make us $100 zillion, you can stay longer.
There were 150,000 people that signed a petition basically saying, we don't want this kid here. So they actually brought it to the White House, and it's actually now in front of Obama's care. And
I love it.
Yeah. So they're now actually addressing and looking at sending Bieber home.
Yeah.
Gone.
That's too bad.
But people are saying this guy's a horrible influence for the kids. Causing,
he's still going to be an influence.
He's a harm to our society. He's putting us at risk with his drag racing and whatnot.
He's a pain in the ass.
I have to say, I mean, I'm not.
No, we don't need him here.
People are going to his concert. They're buying his music.
Right.
They're paying attention to him. We're talking about him. But I mean, I'm saying if we just turned our backs on the kid.
So send him home. He's still going to do. He's still going to do his stuff in Canada.
I mean, it's just. There was actually there's a picture here. There's a picture of what he looks like now. Do you have that up, John? Mm-hmm. So this is Justin Bieber now, right? Good looking kid.
Can people see this?
They should be able to.
They should be able to. And so by the time he's 49 years old, this is what Justin's going to look like. And you can pop that up. See, so
I don't even have to look. John's over there with his finger in his throat.
Yeah, see, that's got Justin 49. Send the kid home now. We know where he's going. Yeah. This is if he continues to live in the direction he's going and smoking pot and drinking and partying and all that stuff. He's got that 49 right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor Justin.
Now I was thinking,
Bieber, right?
Bieber. Now let's pull up a current picture of Scott. What's Scott look like right now? We got that up there, John?
Yeah.
All right. Pretty guy, tough, masculine.
Get in the camera so we got your picture.
Now what we're gonna do is what's Scott can look like 5 years from now?
5 years? Okay,
Scott
so
in 5 years.
Here he is now, and here he is in 5 years.
Let's
so here you are now. Here you are in 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
You got one, Aaron?
No, I'm gonna do one. Okay, so let's do me now.
Okay.
We got that up.
This should be good.
We got this of Aaron.
Okay, and let's just see what I look like in 5 years. I still look the same. Holy shit. Scott, you need to make some changes now. I'm telling you, buddy.
So do you. Get better clothing.
Evil look. I don't think he realizes what I put up.
Wait, what did you put up?
Oh, he didn't know?
I don't think it was labeled properly, so I ended up putting up someone in a skirt or a cheerleading outfit.
Yeah.
That was our guest later tonight.
Okay, there we go. Well, that's okay.
John, you're killing me.
Yeah. No, there you are, and that's what he looks like for all good.
Okay, and then where is he looking?
It's the same picture. That's the whole point.
He's such a turd.
So I was like, well, there's not a one.
You put up our guest.
Yeah.
Well, I just maybe I went through a major sex change.
I was going to say,
but that's some transformation. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if I look like that.
And by the way, that petition is at 213,000 now.
To get that little
213,000
to get him out of here in Canada,
and it will grow. It will go over. It'll be over 1 million.
Can we sign it during the show?
Absolutely.
Have everybody sign it?
Fax it over.
So what else is going on in the news? I'm just curious. GMO? Any more news on GMO?
Oh no, who cares about GMO? No, I'm just kidding.
What a character. We'll leave it at that.
Brokeback Mountain. You know that movie, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's now an opera. That's right. It premiered in Spain just recently, and they're now doing and I caught a clip of it. The funniest shit, because it had on one scene there was a tent. You know the famous tent scene where they had sex and they were lubricating with their spit?
Right.
Well, the guy breaks away as if they're having some sort of a scene. He crawls out of the tent. And again, this is an opera. So the guy's in the tent, and he's like, "Get back in here!" And the guy's like, "No, I don't want to."
Is it a comedy?
It's an opera. No, it's a very serious.
It's serious, huh?
And they were interviewing the actors and the director, and everybody was so serious. And I'm sitting there crying because I'm laughing so hard. It's Brokeback Mountain and an opera. I mean, come on.
Oh, my God.
Loved it. Hysterical. But it was
Spit on it more.
Spit on it more. That's not enough lubrication.
I hear my wife.
I'm feeling good.
Who invited her?
Where's the other guy?
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. All right, cool.
I'll tell you
Perfect.
what. You know what? I think your mic is gay. Because I'm just thinking from every single week that mic just drops to your crotch.
This is just wrong.
See,
This
mine
is
doesn't.
just wrong. This is like I don't even
Mine's
know.
connected with me right here at
All
the
right,
head.
you know what? We'll get it all figured out here soon.
Oh,
Tony's not here.
Lord.
He's here to fix his fucking mic.
God. I'll tell you what. Let's take
Hold
a
it
break.
like that. That looks like you're flexing.
We're going to
Looks
take a
really
break.
good. Yeah.
Scott's going to fix his mic, lubricate it up, and we'll be back with our...
Hold on, before we do that,
Oh, yeah.
I got it under control.
Okay.
What other news? Did you have some other news?
No.
That's it? Just that Bieber kid? That's it?
Marbo Man, the Duralock,
Duraflame.
Duraflame,
God damn it.
And you in 5 years.
you in 5 years,
And you yesterday and tomorrow.
and Brokeback Mountain. What other news do you want?
We're good.
We hit everything. There's nothing else better to talk about.
How about this mic?
Yeah, what's... Yeah,
You know what? That's much better.
there you go. Take John's. We'll let that one drop.
Does it even work? Oh,
It
this
works.
is much better.
Yeah.
Bad mic.
There you go. Just
Go
slap
home.
it. Yeah, push it away. There you go.
All right. All right, cool. So it's good to see everyone.
It is. Let's take a break. Let's come back. We'll introduce her when she comes back.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll roll out the red carpet for her.
Yes, that sounds fantastic.
What were you thinking with Aaron and Scott? The show that gets to the core of all the bull. Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
You know, we here at the studio are really athletic guys, and as a result, we're always pulling this, overstretching that. You know how it goes. You get hurt from time to time, or you just sleep wrong and wake up with some sort of ache or pain. But no matter what the situation is, we choose who we consider to be one of the best chiropractors in L.A., Dr. Chet Millett. Headaches, backaches, neck aches. He's the guy we trust with our pain. Dr. Millett is located at Body Structure in Hollywood, California on Cole Street across from Gold's Gym. Seriously, we know this guy. He's got the experience and expertise, and he cares. That's Dr. Chet Millett. Give him a call at 323-469-8062 or look him up on the web at bodystructurela.com, or you can find him on Yelp. Dr. Chet Millett. He's the guy we trust with our pain. From the darkness below, an intense and thrilling game by the creators of App Code Source, bringing the ultimate Gangnam game directly to your devices. Gangnam Speedrunner. Now available on your App Store. Get ready to run. This app is rated G for Gangnam. Visit GangnamSpeedrunner.com. Work it.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
And we're
What are you going to do
live.
now that Justin Bieber's leaving? I mean, you are always front and center at all his concerts.
I was. I have
Dancing with
Justin Bieber sheets that I put on my bed and pillows and towels. And
You have that
tissue.
caravan with all the girls.
I have the
from
caravan with all the
What's
bumper
that junior
stickers?
high school where you pick up all the girls and you all go together?
Bieber High.
Bieber. Bieber High.
Yes.
We have a pretty lady in the room.
We have a very pretty lady. In fact, this pretty lady was the picture that John popped up of. Apparently, that's what I look like in the next 5 years. I don't know if I can pull that look off.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, the infamous Kelli Maroney. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Somebody just called for you.
yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. I don't know who it was. Maybe they'll call back.
Maybe they will call back.
Did he even
Sir,
say his
you-
name?
He didn't
No.
say the name.
No.
That was kind of surprising, but
Well, we have obviously you have a big cult following, probably from actually two movies that you're probably most known for, right?
right.
And the first one,
Oh, 3 actually.
what's the third? Let's see.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Right.
Night of the Comet.
Yes.
Chopping Mall.
Shopping. Yes.
Chopping.
Oh, Chopping Mall. So now all of these, pretty much most of the movies have you done more in the horror genre? Would you say?
It's kind of odd. It's not really horror, and I love horror.
Right.
It's a
How would you
little-
classify that?
Well, Fast Times at
Yeah,
Ridgemont
that's-
High.
That wasn't horror.
Not at all.
No.
Let's go to that.
All right.
Let's start
I was
with
also
that.
on daytime before that, so some people only know me from daytime.
Well, weren't you a cheerleader with a gun?
Yes, it's Night of the Comet.
Night of the Comet. Okay.
Right.
Start with Start with Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay.
Let's rewind.
Yeah. What was that like? That was huge.
Yeah, and who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I met them in New York where I was on a soap. And
What soap were you doing
I
then?
was doing Ryan's Hope. I
Yeah.
was the bad teenager. I was the bad Lolita. on that.
Okay.
Yes.
And we auditioned all day long. And Phoebe Kate said, we've died and we're actually in actor's purgatory." Me and Phoebe and Brian Backer, who played Mark Ratner,
Right.
we auditioned all day long in a hotel on a Saturday or a Sunday, one of the two. And I read the Stacy, Jennifer Jason Leigh part. They already had her in California, but I didn't know that. And then nothing happened. And then pretty soon they said, "Do you want to be the cheerleader?" And up to this time, I played a psychotic killer hitchhiker and an evil Lolita. And cheerleading was not in my repertoire.
Right.
And when I got to California, come to find out, you don't know what you look like. You're going to get cast as what other people see when they look at you, whether it's accurate or not, actually. And so they looked at me and saw a cheerleader. So I got that. And then from there, Night of the Comet, when they were casting that, the writer-director Tom Eberhardt said, "You know that really annoying cheerleader in Fast Times? Somebody like that," because he was going to kill me. And he wanted everybody to be happy when he killed me. And they said, "Well, we can actually get her." But then I played her different. It was a different person.
Right.
And they didn't end up killing me.
What was it like, Fast Times?
It was my first time to California, and I remember getting to I didn't drive, so the Teamsters had to pick me up at the crack of dawn. I hitched a ride, but I got there when they got there, not when I could have gotten there, when my call time was. So I would watch the sun come up at Universal Studios, and I would see everybody coming. I would see the food trucks coming, and it was.
Is that where they shot it?
Yeah.
At Universal on the lot?
Yeah, and it was like a dream come true. It was. I thought, all my life I've been dreaming about this, and here I am standing here at Universal Studios seeing a studio wake up.
Wow.
Was that
amazing.
Was that the moment when you felt like I've now made it? I'm now at this pinnacle of this this platform.
It's such a huge movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big.
Still is. Still one of those ones everybody talks about.
Yeah, it is.
What was it like with Sean Penn?
Well, I got there about the same time he did because they sewed his extensions on every morning. So
Right.
I got to see him before everybody else came.
Yeah.
So I got, and the hair and makeup people, because we'd hang out in their trailer because it was the only trailer that was there.
Right.
And the hair and makeup lady said, "Sean is a nice boy. You guys are so mean to him. You kids give him a chance. He's a very sweet boy." And because when everybody else got there, he had Spicoli written on his honey wagon. He didn't have a trailer. We all had honey wagons. and he wouldn't answer you unless you called him Spicoli and all that. But
Really?
I remember he was very nice and very polite. And then after the movie wrapped, and he wanted us to believe in Spicoli because he needed to hold on to that character
Yeah.
Right.
through the whole movie. And then when he showed up at the wrap party, he showed up as Sean. And he was polite and he was charming and he was humble and just charming as all get out as himself.
I got a question
and
for
it
you.
killed everybody. Everybody called me up in New York and they went, "You'll not believe this." We didn't even know who he was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Was everybody stoned on the set?
Nobody was stoned.
Because there was so much talk about that back in the day. Everybody was like, "God, they're so good. They must have all been wasted during the filming of this."
No.
I mean, I heard people talking, and it's like, no, nobody was.
Nope.
Everybody was just like, dude, looking like it and acting like it. But
Yeah, that was all character work. Sean wasn't a stoner at all. I don't even think he'd ever smoked pot.
Well,
wow.
But he hung out with a lot of stoner kids in Malibu. He was a real surfer.
right.
Yeah.
So he was,
He doesn't smoke pot, but he's a chain smoker. Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't smoke any pot, huh?
No, that was all the scene where they get out of the van and the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that. Even though, it was in the parking lot later.
Yeah.
That was all. I don't know, honey smoke or bee
Oh,
smoke.
yeah.
That was-
Like in bars and
Yeah,
clubs.
I don't think they're going to be.
The thing, and actually, I think
we-
one of the reasons that movie actually turned out so well is we were all serious professionals. We weren't just kids like, "Hey, let's make a movie."
Right.
That was, Amy Heckerling, the director, was right out of NYU, serious as a heart attack. We all were. We were all young thespians.
Hungry.
We took it very
Yeah.
seriously. We were not goofing around at all.
What a great movie. That was really
Was the movie as big? I mean, just right out of the gateway when it went to like theaters, or did it kind of was it one of those movies that kind of once people
gained momentum.
correct?
It had a big opening, and there was a little bit of mystique about it because Universal almost didn't release it. They hated it
Really?
Because
there's an abortion in there, and it wasn't like yuck, yuck, yuck comedy. They didn't really get it. They thought it was just not going to fly.
Right.
And they were wrong.
too much negative going
Yeah.
on, they thought, probably.
Well, the abortion thing put them away, too. It was just like, we can't have this.
When you look at, I mean, back in then the way movies were made then, you look at the way movies are made now, but then you also look at too, like the production side too. I mean, they didn't have CGI. They didn't have a lot of the special effects and things that were made it so easy to make movies today. So obviously that was more harder than, and like special effects and things weren't like, they were kind of cheesy. So would you say it was probably the acting was probably the most important thing back then? Because I mean, technology.
The acting's always better back then. If you don't have all this special effects you got to actually do something to entertain people.
Right.
It's like all these old movies are so great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I can't. Yeah.
And
Well, I mean-
when we were coming up, I mean, it was the 80s, but our dreams of being in the movies were, 60s and 70s, which is
Right.
one of the second golden age of film. When it wasn't like branding where all actors had to be branded and they had to be a certain thing. We were supposed to be really good actors and step into any kind of a role.
Sure.
And now today you can't do that. They don't know what to do with you, and you just fall through the cracks. The whole business has completely changed, and so rather than complain about it, we all kind of have to just be here now and roll with whatever they throw at you.
Right.
Wow.
Let's move on to Night of the Comet. Mm-hmm. And really,
Speaking
actually,
of special effects,
well, that's why I brought that up.
one red lens, and some really good zombie makeup.
Yeah, but I mean, really, one of the very first few zombie movies made, because really, I think before that was it was Dawn of the Dead, like in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dawn of the Dead was early 80s, I think.
Night of the Living Dead.
That was the 60s.
In black, yeah, that was.
Right.
But Dawn of the Dead came out, that was Romero, and that came out, I thought,
was
like
right before
80,
us,
80
yeah.
or 81.
It was
yeah.
right before us.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Not right before us, but yeah.
Yeah.
but this movie was different as far as because I think The Walking Dead, I think was able to get some stuff from your movie. It's because it seemed like another version of your movie, really, that you started in The Walking Dead. Like, oh, let's make it kind of like Night of the Comet.
What year was Night of the Comet?
84.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I don't believe, though, that they consciously said, let's make it like Night of the Comet. Because
No.
that's based on that's based on a comic.
Well-
You can't say comic book. What do you call it? It's more serious than a comic book. It's a
serious comic
graphic
book.
illustration.
Serious. Yeah.
Very serious.
Yeah.
Or there had been some influence, you would think, right?
Well,
I know. You look
What-
at some old like cult movies, and then all of a sudden these newer movies come out, and it's almost like if there was any sort of inspiration or something.
well, when I saw I Am Legend, and he was shooting up the car like I did in Night of the Comet,
Right.
and then his dog name
You're like,
was
that's
Sam.
from my movie.
Well,
Yeah.
you do kind of do that, but I think the bigger thing is that all of us zombie movies and all of the end of the I'm the last person on Earth movies,
Right.
Our granddaddy is I Am Legend, the very original story. Yeah, Marathon Man.
Sure.
I mean, all of them. We're all I Am Legend.
Very cool. What was your experience working in that movie? It's between so your 3 cult movies that you've been in. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite?
Oh gosh, they're all my favorite for different reasons. It's really hard
Okay,
to say. That's like having to pick a favorite child.
Night of the Comet.
That was amazing. That was an amazing experience because we got that movie, and I read the script, and it was called Teenage Comet Zombies,
Right.
and I was out of work. I was going to be in Purple Rose of Cairo, and I was all excited about that. And Woody Allen lost his money, which he always did at some point. He'd lose his financing, and the movie would be off, and then it would come back. And he got his money, and he started to shoot when I was in the middle of Night of the Comet, so I couldn't even do it. But all actors are always broke, so you get a role. I had met with them, and then I went back to New York, and I got a call saying, "Where are you?" They won't, and I didn't even know I had the part. So I had to come back, and I read the script, and they go, it's called Teenage Comet Zombies, but don't panic, they're not going to call it that. And so it was hilarious. I was laughing out loud on the plane, and which, you know, I never, that it has to read pretty funny. But actually, the script read a lot funnier than the movie actually is.
Okay.
Because just on paper, it was a scream. But I thought, we're going to have to wear paper bags over our heads. This is a career ender right here. Because, you know, I was in Fast Times. And
Right.
we didn't know that was going to be that much of a classic, but it was a Universal studio movie. And I was,
Right.
you know, I had high hopes. I wanted to be Betty Davis. Yeah, I was shooting for a major movie star at this point in my life. You know, I wanted to be Meryl Streep. And I went, this could be really bad.
Well, is that a fear? Is that a fear that actors have? They do a great movie and then, you know, they're offered another role or another part, and is that something that comes across your head? Like, if this is a flop,
Yes.
is this the end of my career?
I had an agent who I had read something that was really terrible, and I said, I don't want to do this. And she said, thank you, Jesus. You finally turned something down. and they were saying, you know, you're just running yourself into the gutter. But
Right.
as a young actor, especially before the internet, you think, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay my rent. I can take some acting class for a while, and nobody will ever see it.
And they all come out, huh?
Oh, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you if all this stuff hadn't come out on the internet. You wouldn't know who I was. So, you know, I mean, and then the other school of thought is, we used to call it the Michael Caine School of Acting, which is take parts. If you're working, take it, because you never know when you're not going to get work. So if somebody offers you something, do it.
Right.
And you're going to do great stuff, and you're going to be in, you know, some bad stuff, and you have no control over that. You do have control over if you're going to do great work or not.
We have a call. Would you like to take a call?
I don't know, who is it?
I don't know. Same number as before?
we don't like him. We can.
317. That was the same guy.
Sure. I was only teasing anyway.
Hello.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, who's
What's
this?
up, baby?
Who is this?
It's your candy man.
It's who?
Your candy man.
It's your candy man. It's your Christmas candy man.
Oh, the Divinity guy?
That's me, baby.
Oh, hello. This guy makes organic Divinity, and he did send me some Divinity. Yes, and it's delicious.
Wow.
Yeah, his Scott Wood, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
It's me,
How are-
Scott Wood.
Hi.
Wow, you remember my name. I'm impressed.
Well, and you got another free advertising for this Divinity is amazing.
What is
I did
Divinity?
It was Scott. Why don't you explain what Divinity is?
It's a confection,
Yeah, it's
and I've been making it since I was big enough to stand at the stove and do it without injury.
my mother
And
used to make it.
It's basically corn syrup, water, and sugar brought to a temperature, a high temperature, and you add it slowly to beaten egg whites, and let it reduce for about 45 minutes, spinning around. And I do tricks to it, though. I made her some flavored stuff, and I think she liked
Organic.
coconut.
Mhm, coconut.
Sounds good.
Well, it was so good, and I had some. I can't be trusted with sugar in my house.
Right.
I just,
I'm the same way. I'll devour it.
I can't have sugar. I can't have bread, and I can't have cheese in the house. So I took it to the Polo Lounge because we were doing an interview there. We were interviewing somebody, and this was a pretty high compliment because at the Polo Lounge they're no slouch at dessert.
Right.
But they brought the plates out, and they actually ended up serving the Divinity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you for calling, caller. Anyhow, so I'm curious. I always like to know people's favorite horror movies. If you had to pick 5,
Okay.
what would they be?
The first one that pops in mind is The Exorcist, even though I thought the book was scarier. And
Yeah.
I saw the movie and I went, that wasn't as scary as the book until I went home and went to sleep. You know, and I when the lights went out. And
It got to
you. Right?
Yeah.
I also I loved Night of the Living Dead because it was such
awesome.
a political commentary, especially when Obama got elected. I thought this is this guy's way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
You know, he was the only person that was trying to save the situation.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh gosh, there's so many of them. There's one called maybe you can help me. this guy goes home. Okay, never mind. I can't because
No,
I can't,
just
I
tell
can't
us.
remember the
Describe
name
it?
of it. He goes home to his childhood home, and there is something under the bed. After all, it's really scary. Is it Darkman?
I don't remember.
Under the bed.
I think so. All right, but anyway, there's plenty more that I
Sounds
can
scary.
remember.
Anything
the names of.
that would be under the bed would
I
scare
think
the
it was
shit out of
called
me.
Under the Bed.
Yeah.
Under the Bed this summer.
It just sounds like
Rated
And
PG-13.
I recently saw Die, Die, My Darling, which I'd never seen before. I
haven't seen that.
Tallulah Bankhead.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's going back some, right?
Yeah.
Die, Die, my
Wow.
darling.
Yeah, Turner Classic Movies. You have to be careful because if you get in with Turner Classic Movies,
Yeah.
your sleep is over because they'll play something
It
that you
almost
really
sounds
want
like
to
Mommy
see.
Dearest or something like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte was a great movie too.
Yeah.
With Betty Davis.
Did you like The Hills Have Eyes?
I did.
I
I
love
forgot
that
about
movie.
that one.
Oh, it's
I
awesome.
did. And I like two too.
Yeah. Halloween?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Everybody loves
Halloween.
Classic.
Of course.
How about things like Rosemary's Baby?
Loved Rosemary's Baby. Thank
Yeah.
you. Because,
It's a
I
really
wasn't
creepy
thinking of
movie.
these titles. And yes, Rosemary's Baby is awesome.
Rosemary's Baby. I bet you didn't see that, Aaron, huh?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Really?
Yeah, with the creepy little baby and her baby was creepy.
Ooh, Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
No,
It was a
Psycho
whole group.
the movie.
Oh, and then
Well,
there's Psycho.
Psycho the movie. Yeah, the baby was. I thought you were saying the baby was Psycho.
No,
Oh,
actually, her baby was Psycho, who
Baby
made
was-
his own movie.
Devil.
Yeah, they kept it going, right?
Yeah, it was
Rosemary had the baby. The
That's
baby
right.
went on to make Psycho.
It came
We're
around
here
and
talking
was,
about him.
Norman, or what was it? Norman
Bates.
Bates.
Yeah, Norman
Yeah.
Bates.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
You never know.
Master Bates, as the mailman used to call him.
So you're producing now.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Actually, I have an announcement to make, too.
Yes.
Okay.
I have just formed a production company called Badass Cheerleader Productions.
Badass.
Cheerleader Productions,
Cheerleader
yeah.
Productions.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, and I'm very excited about it.
What are you guys doing?
Well, the first thing that we're doing is I'm doing a series of corporate videos for somebody
Okay.
All right.
with my own unique spin upon it.
Okay.
But we're also going to, branch out. And one thing that I didn't really get, because I started out really young, and when you're a young actress, you get offered parts and you don't know what you're doing, and you just do what other people tell you to do.
Sure.
And if people say, just wait here and we'll call you, you do that. You just sit around and wait for somebody to remember
Right.
you. So finally, and I know I was late to the party with this, but somebody said, I've always created my own work, and I finally heard it the right way, and it went ding.
So you did
So
it.
better late than never. Yes.
Right.
Yes. And so I thought, it was to the point where someone would say, "What would you like to do if you could do anything?" And I'd go, "I don't know. What do you got?"
I'm trying to tie this in. Corporation and teenage cheerleaders.
Well, actually,
Try that.
that was not my first choice for a name, but it was suggested to me, and I said, no, because I'm a grown woman. I want to, that's, and then everybody knows you from that.
Yeah.
And that's still your essence, badass cheer. And I went, nah. So I came up with about 25 different names, and they all got shot down. And I have a numerologist, too. And I had him do the numerology, and nothing I came up with was working. He goes, you know what? I like badass cheerleader.
I like it.
And so that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
just trying to figure out how it's tied into a corporation.
Well-
Are you doing work for a dental office or something?
No, it's for
Badass dentals.
Yeah.
Badass dentures.
No, it's for machine tools, actually.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
now that sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Badass
Now, can you give us a
cheerleaders.
sort of insight as far as what you want to be producing or making, or genres of type
I want
of?
to be making really cool independent movies that wouldn't otherwise get made.
Okay.
My friend right now and I are shooting a movie on her iPhone. I never I never thought, I'm going to be like a guerrilla independent filmmaker, and that's what I really want to do. I never thought that.
Right.
I was thinking more like, I'd like to be on a network series and and doing major,
Yeah.
and making a ton of money and all that stuff. But I seem to represent independent film, whether I like it or not. And you know what? I really like it. So
shooting
it
on
works
your,
out for
so
me.
using your iPhone.
She's using her, and it's coming out looking beautiful. We have a little trouble with the sound.
How cool is that? Because I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
the minute I heard that, I was thinking, remember when Blair Witch Project came out?
Yeah.
It was like handheld camera, though it made everybody throw up in the movie theater because it was so but it made, God, millions
Lots of money.
Yeah, yeah.
on how it was done. It was so original, creative. And
Actually, we can't take credit for that. There's a film that's winning a lot of awards that are already that has been shot entirely on an iPhone. Now, iPhone is not my preferred camera of choice,
right.
But that's what we had, and she said, "Be in this," and I said, "Okay." And I'm part of a thing called the Comedy Collective Foundation, and we it started out with just comedians, but it's really growing as we speak, and so now I'm involved, and it's not just stand-up comedians anymore. It's everybody, and what we do is people who we raise money for. Like say you want somebody to do something, to be in your, they'll do it because they want money for their charity.
Right.
So it's a way to raise a whole bunch of money for different charities, and then you bring people, a mixture of people who are very well known with people who are not as well known. And kind of create it's not politically correct where you don't have to be careful what you're going to say. It's reasonably priced. It's not like these tickets are $1,000.
Right.
And already they've been very successful in raising a ton of money for a lot of really good charities. And the money all goes directly to the charity with I really like the way they're doing the booking. I mean, the bookkeeping, because that's important to me. I always check everybody's bookkeeping. And they really are getting the money to the people, which is important to me.
How long were you on Ryan's Hope?
I was on 2 years the first time, and then I came back for a year.
Wow. And was that your only soap that you were on?
No, I was also on One Life to Live. I was Tina.
Wow. How long were you on?
Just for 3 months. Because Andrea Evans finally came back.
Ryan's Hope, yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah.
So was the other one. What was Ryan's Hope?
Ryan's Hope was the children. The hope of the Ryan family was in their children.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
that's hard. I didn't get it right away either. And
it's like a genuine wish.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's Hope.
Well, it's a very Irish thing.
Yeah.
It's it's like
we
came to this country and we have this bar and our children are going to be because they were immigrants and then their kids were one was a senator and all this stuff and then they showed these the baby at the theme song, and then they showed him holding up the baby.
Yes.
And I didn't get that either because I was a kid. I didn't put it together. I had to be told.
Yeah.
But that's what it was.
Interesting. Did you like that?
You know what? That's the greatest training ever. My heart was in my throat the entire time I was on because everybody's saying, wow, I was in New York for 2 weeks, and I got that job.
That's where they shot that, right?
Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Now, I hear that as far as acting goes on camera, the hardest things are soaps because they literally change the lines on you right up to the point you're going to shoot.
And they don't stop. They don't stop unless you swear. If the flat falls down behind you, you keep talking.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so people, in a desperate attempt to save their performance, once in a while would say, "Oh fuck, shit, piss. Can we do that again?"
I always thought.
I always thought
soaps
were.
I just thought soaps were easy because
not at all.
Well,
they're the hardest
I'm only
thing.
thinking because the way they talk, darling.
No, I think they're
It just seems
extremely
so
talented
dry.
actors.
Well, yes.
The reason that they're written like that is that a lot of people are listening to them because it was originally a radio medium, number one, and number two, people are listening to it that can't see it. Either they're blind or you don't have to watch what's going on in order to hear, in order to follow the story.
It seems like more of emotion really drawn out, speaking very clearly. So it's just like.
Well, I was really fortunate that. The woman that played my mother, we did this mother-daughter story like it was like Mildred Pierce,
right?
And she was a wonderful woman. She was super talented, and she was willing to teach me because I was just this kid and from Minnesota, and I'd been in New York 2 weeks, and I didn't have any idea how to, carry a soap opera at all. And I've learned everything from her. But we really got into the psychodrama of the relationship, and it was fun to go to work every day. And then we also had some other actors. These people are professional actors who are just happen to be making a living. So,
right.
We get in, and we start playing around with our acting for the fun of it, and it's
what would happen
really
if
good.
they would change your lines on you? Like
you
they
would say them.
You would
no. Well, I know that.
No,
but,
this is what you gave me the first time. This is what we're going
I'm always interested, and I've asked different people, memorization and stuff like that. But if they literally change on you in your next scene, and they've changed the whole thought process, how do you memorize
the memory
paragraphs?
Is a muscle, and when you're memorizing every day, you can look at something 31 pages and just say it. I couldn't do that. If somebody said, okay, memorize this and let's shoot it tomorrow, I would have the gist of it, but it wouldn't be like when I was doing it every day.
Wow.
Because we'd do 6 shows in 5 days, and we would just look at it and know it.
Imagine that. 6 shows in 5 days, and they change the shit up on you at the drop of a hat. No, I heard that. It's harder than any movie. Well, TV movies, I mean, they cut. Sometimes they'll do it over and over, one little scene, right? One shot.
Right.
As soon as they change the shot, they stop, and you can look at your lines and then go from there.
Right.
Not that way with soaps.
Now, with all these movies,
pretty impressive. Very impressive.
With everything you've done and audition, would you say there was an it factor that got you these roles?
There must have been.
Well, I'm asking you if you feel like it seems like
I'm so unbelievably lucky. I still can't believe it.
Well, it's
myself.
like every guest that comes in, it's like they kind of have like something that a talent or something that they have that they've been able to land these roles that they have.
We have the audacity to think I'm
So
going
I
to
wanna
walk in
know-
that
so
room
I wanna
and I'm
know-
going to get that job, and you know.
So I want to know what
we're
yours
nuts
is. If there's like,
basically
or
what
if
it
you have
is.
like a ritual or something that you do before you go in, or that you land these roles for these these characters.
I know how I got the soap, and it was because I was scared to death. I was shaking like a leaf. I had no idea how to.
That was
act
just
in a soap
natural.
opera. But the guy that I was doing the scene, the audition with, he looked so tired that I reached up and patted him on the face, and they went, "That's her." Even though I was playing I was playing a bitch, and it was totally against character, and I couldn't have. If I'd prepared that in an audition, it would have been thrown out. It would have been like, "This is not the character," but that's what got me the part. So I think it's just your ability to show up and be present and look at the other person, not as an actor, not as a director. Not
Is
as
it just
as
it's interesting because they guess
a
we've
human
had
being,
yeah.
human being.
Yeah.
And
With our last guests that have come on the show, something like that too. They're aware of the moment and they're acknowledging whoever's in the room and almost involving them
right.
with the audition.
Nothing
process.
beats realness.
Yeah.
You know?
Nothing beats realness.
Wow. And when were you well aware of Sean Penn and who he was prior to doing Fast Times at Richmond?
Well, he
High?
wasn't anybody really. He'd done Taps, and it hadn't come out yet.
Taps, but didn't he do the Falcon?
That
was after.
This is like his second movie.
Right, Falcon and the Snowman. And Taps, he had just a small part, didn't he?
No, but he didn't have the lead. Actually,
No, that
I
was
don't
Tom
think.
Cruise
Yeah.
who had the small part, I think, in Taps. Yeah, I believe. Don't hold me to
I
it.
don't remember either. I saw it once. He took us to see it when it came out, and it was stunning. Only just because I'd only seen him do Taps and Spicoli,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so
Fast Times is what threw him on the map. Mm-hmm. Wow, amazing.
yeah,
Could look
I
so
thought he was
stoned. so
intense.
straight.
I thought he was really intense, and I had a feeling about that movie. I walked on that set, and I felt it was magic. Now you can think that and be wrong.
Right.
I later found out. Everything can be right. You can have a great script. You can have great actors. You can have all the money to make it really good, and for some reason it just lies flat. And then on the other hand, you can have something like Night of the Comet where everyone's kind of scared that they're making it, and boom, it's a it's I guess it's something that there's a heartbeat in a movie, or there's not.
They need to remake that.
Wow.
No, they don't.
You don't-
How? Listen, no, seriously. 'cause-
I like that.
Bring you back in the movie.
No, they don't. Because I tried to buy it back one time. I thought, but they're onto this now. When actors come sniffing around and they say, "I want to buy my movie back," they go, "Aha." No, you can't.
What do you mean buy it back? What do you mean
Well,
by that?
if it's languishing there, you can say, "I know you have the rights to this, and I'd like to buy the rights to it." And they know now that there's an audience that they're not aware of,
Right.
Yeah.
And they won't let you do it.
Oh, interesting.
But it's been around to all the different studios, and it really isn't worth remaking because the story is about the sisters' relationship. That's what people love about it, not the special effects, not.
Right.
So they've all said it's not really worth remaking just for the special effects.
We have a minute left. Is there anything you would like to say to people who are listening about what's going on with you that you haven't covered? Anything you want to leave people with?
You know what? I have this Facebook page that's called Actress Kelli Maroney that I want people to join because the other one is all full up, and I'm not able to get people to join it. So please go on there and like Actress Kelli Maroney so I can communicate on that one, because the other one is
Shot.
Shot is right.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Right.
Thank you so
Kelli
much.
Maroney,
Thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Very
Thank you.
fun.
This was
And,
wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Of course.